Coming for you all, 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 coming for you all. It's B Rose and I'm coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. It's B Rose and I'm coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. Then I'm coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all. Coming for you all, coming for you all.
Hi, I'm Eamon. My Instagram is Mirage2004, and I'm with the shits.
It's your girl, Shayna Von Shay, Queen of the Turn Up, and all things lovely. You can find me online at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and your daddy's house at Shayna Von Shay.
What's up? My name is Serious. You can find me on all platforms at Pick Me Seriously. That's PICK Me Seriously.
And y'all already know what it is. It's your boy B Rose, and I stay coming for you hoes. Period. So the first thing we're gonna get into, I know y'all are tired. I know y'all are tired of hearing about it. But Miss Doja Cat just came out and spoke out about her testing positive for COVID-19.
Hey, how's it been for you?
It's been all right. I stay home. I got COVID.
Oh no.
Honestly, I don't know how this happens, but I guess I ordered something off of Postmates, and I don't know how I got it, but I got it.
Oh no. Are you all right now? How are you feeling?
I'm okay now. It was a 4-day symptom freak out, but I'm fine now.
Okay.
Wasn't she just in the City Girls video?
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing. Y'all don't know how long ago they recorded that video. Cut it out.
I'm just saying, though.
They recorded that video some time ago.
If I was Carisha and them, I'd be like, hey, bitch.
They recorded that video some time ago.
I'd still be like, hey, bitch.
They recorded the video some time ago.
What is some time ago?
I don't know.
We've been dealing with Covisha. We've been dealing with Miss Covisha now.
But all the content, you got to think about it. Most of the content that's coming out now is way pre-recorded. All this stuff is pre-recorded. Like, people are pulling shit out of the vault because they don't have content and people can't get together. And a lot of people really are actually scared to scared to go to functions. Like, this shit is real life.
You know that for fact.
Until it hit close to home for you, then you really like, I don't really see it, but I'm telling you, y'all take y'all ass home, stay out of the streets, go get tested, okay?
I'm telling y'all, stay y'all asses at the house. This shit is real.
It is.
Oh yeah, I already know. It hit close to home for me, so I ain't playing with it.
You can't play with it. I just tested positive for it. Like, this shit, if I can't say nothing, it is no joke, bro. Like, you can't smell, you can't taste. Like, for a minute there, I didn't feel like getting out the bed. Like, it's like the flu times 100. So that shit is scary as shit. So, like, I love to masturbate and have
You love
sex.
to get nasty.
And I love to go on dates. Like, I love it. And it's the worst part for me is having to separate from people. But the ultimate worst is not being able to see my mom, because my mom is already sick and I couldn't see her. And my birthday just passed and she had this huge thing planned for me. And like B Rose, no, he was supposed to be there. It's supposed to be a lot of stuff, but I couldn't see my mom and I couldn't fuck. So that was like some of the worst things that COVID has done, you know?
I know, and you wanted to do all that on your birthday, your little niece.
I did.
So let me ask you a couple of questions then, because I think it'll be very educational for a lot of us.
Mm-hmm.
how did you find out that you contracted? Like, did you wake up one day and was just like, oh, I can't smell and taste anymore? Or
So initially someone in my office tested, two people in my office tested positive for it. And so like normally you go and you undergo the protocol, which is you go get tested. But the crazy thing about it is they sent me an email saying I tested negative. So I was like, okay, I'm coming back to work. That day I was supposed to go back to work, I got a fever. And so I just end up going or whatever to the doctor. And they were just like, we're going to retest you just to be sure. And then it came back positive. And simultaneously, like fever, loss of taste, weakness, shortness of breath, coughing, all of that, lack of masturbation, all of that started happening back to back to back to back. It was just terrible.
So how long have you had it so far? Like how far more of the 2-week quarantine do you have left?
So how it is now, if you want to go off the old rules, I got like some days. If you go off the new rules, I'm not clear until I have no symptoms and I take another test and I test negative. So that's the new way of doing it now. It's not days. You have to get tested again, but before they test you again, you have to have 0 symptoms for at least 24 hours.
So when you get out of quarantine, you're going to be ready, huh?
No, I'm not. I think I'm just going to stay with the same 10 people I have in my phone and just rotate them until I can't rotate no more.
Do you believe in any of these conspiracies that people are talking about, like about them contracting us with the virus or like giving false positives?
So I don't want to say, let me clear this up. I don't know, because there's some people who are out there who have said they've gotten true false positive, but I'll say this. When I went to the doctor asked me my symptoms and she was just like, that test is wrong. I don't believe that test. I believe you do have COVID. And so because she heard my symptoms, she put me on the oxygen measure or whatever it's called, the little thing where they put the finger over the little, what they put over your finger. She took my temperature and she saw that a lot of my symptoms coincided with the what COVID is. And she said, you know what, you have COVID. She's like, I don't care what that test say, we're going to test you again.
So I'm confused. So
okay.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
So when she did that, she was just like, we're going to put you in this room and we're going to test you again. I'm almost certain you have COVID. So she put me in a room. And then when my test results came back positive, it was like that. So she had just diagnosed me and said, yes, like I've seen this 100 times so far, like you have. So I was like, But then when the test came back positive for the second time, I was like, okay. And then someone else in my household tested positive as well. So it was just like, okay, this shit is getting real,
So the test that came back positive that you took was with your primary physician?
Yes.
So who did you take the test the first time?
The initial with the health department.
Okay, so we won't be going to the health department.
Yeah, and what it is I don't want to put salt on the health department. I think what it is they have like this massive crowd, which is not an excuse, right? I'm not making excuses for them. They have like so many cars. Like when I went there, it was 100 cars easily, and they're under a pressure to get people in and out with their appointment times and all of that. And you get there, you get to the car, and you have people like, oh, I don't want that all the way in my nose. Don't do that. So they're unable to obtain a good specimen, right? To sample, right? To test, and they're just like, whatever, I'm going to do it and do it now. Mm-hmm. When I went to the doctor, the amount that they pushed up my nose with my doctor versus what they did at the health department was a significant difference. Mm-hmm. Like you feel like it is, for me, it was really painful. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like they stuck this, and it's not a Q-tip either. At the health department, they were using like these Q-tips. At the doctor, the baby bottles, the little scrubby things you stick in the baby bottle. It was literally one of those that's really skinny. And it was, for me, it was painful. Like, I was like, oh my God. So, yeah. So, it's totally different. I just think that they need to, sit with the health department or some of these people who are observing and administering these tests and say, slow down because you're pushing shit out too fast and we're not obtaining. But another thing that my doctor said too is when I took the test, I could have been so far gone in it that the test became back inconclusive and like maybe it just wasn't there yet. And she said there is a possibility I did not have it those couple days ago and I just got it, after it. But she was like, that's not likely because of the symptoms, the stage I was in. I don't know. I mean, it's so new to us that everyone's just guessing right now. So I'm assuming just like everyone's just trying to say go for what they know. But my biggest thing is to tell people like to kind of pull back from so much social activity. And I know it's difficult because I was so excited to have all my people around me for my birthday. But you just got to push back. I know people who have been tested positive and because they feel good, they're just going back out there. And that's not fair, right? Because one of the biggest things I think about is that person who's fixing my food or that person who is doing anything that could give it to my mom. And it might not affect them, but it'll potentially, God forbid, take my mom's out. And that's what I think about. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about somebody else's mother or somebody else's sibling who probably don't have the strongest immune system. So that's what keeps me here, So
That's what everybody needs to start thinking about. I think that's the whole mindset. You got to not just think about yourself. You got to think about everybody else that it can affect. So I'm glad you're okay. But how do you currently right now? How are you feeling? Like right now?
I feel fine. Like now I feel like really good. It's more so I see when people just get so tired of being in the house, they just want to leave, but you gotta stop. So a lot of it's mind. A lot of it's up here. Like I gotta go, I gotta get out, I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? But as far as physically, I'm like totally fine. Like I'm ready to test and get it over with. But other than that, like I'm good. I just want everybody to take it serious because like I'm not the strongest person, but I'm pretty healthy. Like I eat pretty good. I work out modestly, like, and it took me out for like 2 days. Like it took me out. Like when I don't want to watch no porn, like something's wrong. Like my notification popped up like, yo, where you at? My OnlyFans was like, bro, where you at? What's going on?
Wait,
like,
you have an OnlyFans account?
No, like